The video of Cat Williams talking about the Michael Jackson murder conspiracy is making the rounds again, and this comes shortly after rumors started flying that Diddy could somehow be linked to MJ's death.
We watched this get murdered right in front of our own mother face. And the knew it was going to happen. He told us, and we didn't know.
So a bunch of folks in the industry, from Kanye West to Michael Jackson's own sister LaToya, have been saying MJ's death was not an accident.
That if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, oh, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look.
They would have Michael Jackson.
Or worse, yeah.
According to LaToya, Michael's music catalog made him a target, and he knew they would go after him.
You've been quoted as saying you believe it may have been murder. Do you still think that?
Absolutely.
Why are you
I
so
would
sure?
never, ever think differently. Because first of all, Michael told me that they were going to murder him.
LaToya claimed that Dr. Conrad Murray, who was convicted of involuntary manslaughter for MJ's death, was a fall guy, and she insisted there were others who were involved, including people who were with Michael the last days.
He told me to be careful of this one and that one. And in the beginning, I didn't, it's not that I didn't believe them.
Who were the people that he was saying?
People that surrounded themselves around him, people that worked with him, people that were with him the last day.
Experience? Well, according to this social media user named Ian Carroll, who's been making waves with his deep dive into the Diddy-MJ connection, it might not have been MJ calling the shots on this one.
With this guy who has direct connections to Diddy's blackmail operations, who was directly complicit in covering up crimes for Diddy, in covering up murders, covering up drug use, prostitution, human trafficking. This is the guy that was protecting Michael Jackson the day that he died.
And also tossed out there that Fahim might have some connections to intelligence agencies. And fans are now throwing around this idea that Fahim could be one of those celebrity handlers. You know, like what Kanye hinted at with his former trainer, Harley Pasternak.
And where did I find another article about him? On Penn State, the Wharton School. The Wharton School comes up an awful lot when we're talking about intelligence agencies and people associated with the CIA and the FBI, etc.
And now, on top of all this, a video has resurfaced from one of Cat Williams' comedy specials, where he talks about how MJ knew he would be taken out.
Named his last tour, This Is It. And they straight up killed that. Killed him and gave us the most bull story we ever heard our entire life.
Now, there are still some folks waving off this whole thing as just another conspiracy theory. However, plenty of others are saying there's way too much shady stuff going on with MJ's death for it all to just be a coincidence. One fan said, "You know, the most loud and crazy sounding is the one telling the truth," and Cat Bean saying it. And someone else wrote, "This entire time LaToya Jackson has been talking about handlers murdering her brother, and when asked who they were, she has said for her own safety and the safety of her family, she can't name names except to say he was murdered, and the media has made her look mentally ill. Wow. Now this makes so much more sense. Wow, just wow. Karma will come around."